This is a Hot Pie Original.
You are arguably, I don't even know if there's much of an argument. I mean, I'll say that the New York Jets are the worst run organization, certainly in football, probably all of sports. Then there's the Texans, who are close. The Texans, of course, not only have been horribly run, horribly managed, but they've also been hit by some pretty bad luck. And I say luck in that you never would anticipate that your starting quarterback, your superstar quarterback, would be accused in multiple cases of sexual harassment. So some of that's not their fault. I will tell you this, though. The Texans, here's the good news. You're one of the bottom two, but you know who's getting awfully close? That's FC Washington, or Washington FC. They used to be the Redskins, but they're not the Redskins anymore, so they're... Wait, what are they? FC? I'm not even sure what they are. That team that plays in Washington, that plays in the NFL, they're a train wreck. They are a total train wreck. The Texans are just stupid football-wise. The Redskins are just stupid management-wise. So did I say the Redskins? Damn it. I'm in trouble. I meant Washington FC. At least they didn't have the logo anymore. So let me explain to you what a mess that team is. And it's good news for the Texans, because I think at the rate they're going, the team that plays football in Washington, I think they may break into that bottom two in all of sports, and it'll move the Texans up to the third worst franchise in sports. Here's the deal. The football team in Washington, run by a guy by the name of Dan Snyder, he makes Jerry Jones look like a rocket scientist. This guy screws up everything, and he does it in the worst way. So I was about to say Redskins again, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not supposed to. The team has had some issues, had some cheerleading issues, among other things. In fact, it seems as if practically every woman that has worked for that franchise has come out and said that I've been harassed. I don't know anybody that's female anywhere near that club that hasn't said I've been harassed. So the NFL, being the righteous thing that it is, investigates that football team. Well, they now have come out and said it was a toxic culture. They fined that football team $10 million. They didn't fine him $250,000. They didn't fine him a draft pick. They fined him $10 million for, quote, a toxic culture, which is code for, here's the way the NFL works. The NFL wants you to think it's as pure as the snow. So the NFL makes sure it pays people off to make them go away. So I'm guessing here, could be wrong, but I'm guessing that the NFL says, we're fining you $10 million. The team owner is going to pay it, so something's up. And the NFL then will probably pay, I don't know this, but probably pays all of the women, including the cheerleaders. Here's your money. Please go away now. Sign this and never talk again. That's kind of the way the things work when you're really politically incorrect in the NFL. Okay, so I say this because this should have Texans fans cheering on because they're more screwed up than you are. So the answer back to this franchise that is now more screwed up than the Texans is that Washington FC, after being fined $10 million, this buffoon owner of the team, and I'm not going to say Redskins because I'm not supposed to, the owner of the team thought, well, I'll fix this. How's he going to fix the HR problems they seem to have with cheerleaders and everybody else? He appointed his wife to run the team. There, problem solved. His wife, Tanya, Daniel Snyder's wife, Tanya, is now running the franchise. So see, we can't be such pigs if my wife is running the team. Problem solved. They're no longer the Redskins, and his wife is running the team. So everything is going to be perfect now.
John McClellan is the co-founder and creator of ATX Hot Sauce in all 50 states, now in several retail outlets as well. So we're going to turn it over to the social media rock chef superstar, and we're going to walk through a few sauces and why you should buy. We've done Beat Heat, so we're second in line now for the tasting. Don't forget, everyone, go to atxhotsauce.com. So here we go.
All right, so this one is our smoked habanero 5-pepper. We smoke habaneros with ancho, pasilla.
Is that going to hurt?
This one? No,
Yeah.
This one's actually really, really good.
Okay.
This is like your traditional tapatilla, but without the vinegar in it, right? And because of that fermentation process that we've talked about all the time. This one is great on sandwiches, pizzas, things like that. Great on hot wings. I think you're going to really like this one too, especially the smoky flavor with the adobe chipotle and the smoked habaneros. We actually smoked the habaneros before we.
Does that go with the cab?
This would not go with cab. This would go with the great Chenin Blanc, though.
I knew you were gonna. I teed you up with that one.
Yeah, yeah.
That is good.
That's good. Isn't that good? It's just classic take. Well, it's a new take on a classic item. So it's called smoked habanero 5-pepper.
All right, don't forget
One of my
ATX.
favorites.
Don't forget atxhotsauce.com.
There's no way to go here without offending you. There's no way to go here without offending quite a few people, I think unfairly, but I'm anticipating it, so I'm going to walk right in. There's no way to go into this and say what I'm about to say without somebody, a lot of women, a few women, saying that's such a sexist, ridiculous thing to say. I don't think it's going to be fair. And I think you're going to be guilty of not hearing what I'm trying to lay out there. I'm trying to lay out a dad-like, feminist-like argument of I told you so, but I know it's going to happen. The minute I mention hot blondes and bikinis, and that's all they're getting paid for, it's someone is immediately going to close the discussion off and say, what a sexist pig. Okay, here it comes. I'm also going to say I told you so. Now, a lot of people are going to say, you jackass, this thing is working out great. Well, depends what you think working out great is. So yesterday was the first day that college athletes could get paid for their image, their likeness, their endorsements. I follow it. I teach, just so you know. I teach at a high level. I teach marketing, and so I know this stuff, and I'm interested in this stuff. And I was one time in my life a mediocre college athlete at the highest level. So I kind of know what I'm talking about. And I watched with interest this whole thing unfold. I mean, there was even a Johnny Manziel sighting. Johnny is telling guys to go out and buy and stock up on merch. And I'm thinking, yeah, go stock up on some merch. Wait a minute, with what money? Johnny? Where are they getting the money to buy the merch? You don't care, but you will care about this one. So I'm watching and reading and hearing different stories, college players saying, hey, they're tweeting out pictures of themselves, send your business my way. It's just kind of frankly, I think it's kind of pathetic. But if you want to say it's free enterprise, go ahead. I'm a militant free enterprise person. I would just say it's going to come with a bloody nose. So forget that, and let's just talk about female athletes for a second. So I'm reading just the initial stories, how right away, almost at the strike of midnight, when college athletes are allowed, as of 12:01, to start cashing in on their likeness, their image, and their endorsements. And I read a couple of headlines. I don't sleep at night much, so I'm reading, and sure enough, the first few headlines are about the Cavender twins. You don't know the Cavender twins. Nobody did, unless you follow on TikTok. Cavender twins. So I'm reading, the Cavender twins are proof that women can make money in this new image world of college athletes. Then there was this tone and tenor of female college athletes being rewarded for their skills. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about this whole thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a bunch of companies are going to hire some college athlete, some female college athlete. Let's forget the guys for a second. Female college athlete, of which the only high-profile sports are men's basketball and football. I said high-profile. I'm talking about famous people. I'm talking about people that would be famous. The Trevor Lawrences of the world are famous. The Johnny Manziels are famous. The Ricky Williams are famous. Male superstar athletes can be famous. It is hard. Don't shoot the messenger. It is hard. And I think sad to be famous as a female athlete unless it's famous for something else. Don't say I'm justifying it. I'm going to say I told you so. So I'm reading about the Cavender twins. Well, I was wrong about this. 2 Fresno State female basketball players. I mean, within an hour of the endorsement law going into effect, they had an endorsement deal. Oh, it's female empowerment. Oh, it's proof that female athletes are going to be recognized. Oh, it's proof that athletes do matter. Female athletes do matter. And then I read more. And then I saw TikTok. Then I thought, why are they getting paid right away? Why do you think, America? Why do you think? Let me tell you this much, and I'm not a prude. If you want to become famous and you want to get rich because you are blonde and smoking hot in a bikini and you want to do that, more power to you. But do not, the minute you go there to become rich and famous because you're a young woman with a spray-on tan and a thong, do not turn around and say, I'm so mad all you care about is my body. You can't have it both ways. What do you think the Cavender twins are famous for? Their basketball? Do you? Most people couldn't tell you Fresno. There may be a dozen people that watch Fresno State women's basketball. No one cares, but they care about these 2. Why do you think that is? What did I say? The money to be made in social media, honestly, mostly if you're female, is how? How you look. Well, did a little reading. Didn't take long to figure out the Cavender twins are superstars. They're TikTok superstars. Are they TikTok superstars because they can rebound really well? Do you think somebody who is some woman who plays at Baylor, who's really good basketball program, and she's really great rebounder and even amazing three-point shooter, do you think she would get an endorsement deal? Or the 2 blondes that dance in bikinis? Well, the bikinis win. Bikinis get paid. That is exactly how they're famous. I told you. And do not start this stuff, which is what's happening. Oh, look, these athletes are being recognized. They're being recognized just like any other social media star. They're getting recognized because of their butt cheeks. Sorry. Their looks. But Jeff. No, don't but Jeff me. This is exactly what I told you was going to happen. And I don't care. Look, if this is what they want to do, and this is how, I don't know how their teammates react. Look, if this is what these girls want to do, and their whole life is going to be in a bikini, and it's how they're going to get paid, and it's how they got an endorsement deal, fine, own it. Own what you are. It's not about your skills. It's not about your intellect. It's about how you look and dance for a bunch of dudes. Own it. But the minute somebody says, I can't believe that female athletes are sexualized, here you go. You did it. You did it. You did it. And I wouldn't blame other women in the sport for saying, I'm trying to be recognized for a basketball player. I'm trying to be recognized for my skill set. You're making it awfully tough when the only people that make money are those that dance in a thong. And I'm not exaggerating when I say dance in a thong, because there are plenty of videos and they've been downloaded a lot. And that is precisely why the first people hired in college sports were the 2 girls in bikinis. That's exactly what I said was going to happen. Now, is that free enterprise? You bet. There's a market. There may only be, I'm going to suggest it, there may only be a market for these 2 blonde twins dancing in bikinis. I don't think there's another market. Sorry. I don't think there's interest. Sorry. You never... It's exactly what I told you was going to happen. It's exactly what I told you would happen. But they're making money. Yeah, that's great. I get it. That's great. You want to be a dancer? Be a dancer. Please spare the rest of us the argument. I'm trying to be a feminist here. I'm trying to say you are going down a path that is exactly the stereotype that many women want to avoid. And it is proving my point that the day you throw open this door to say, ooh, we'll pay you for your likeness, the only likeness that matters is theirs. They wouldn't have this deal if they were 5'11" with a hook nose and were wearing baggy shorts. Isn't that what I said 3 days ago? What's the harm? I don't know. I don't know that there is harm. Unless, of course, You want to turn around, which a lot of people tried to do, and say, look, these women got a deal. These women got a deal because they're athletes. They did not get this deal because they're athletes. They didn't. And I told you that's what would happen. They got the deal because of precisely what you see on TikTok. Okay. And you know what's going to happen after this? Whoever wants to make money on the female side, whoever wants to make money, this is how you do it. And if you don't look like that, you're not getting a deal. You don't dance like that, because I haven't seen very many videos of the two of them shooting three-pointers. There's a lot of videos of the two of them dancing in bikinis. I don't know. They may play a game in a bikini for all I know. They may go out there for tip-off in a thong. You threw the door open and you want to brag about making money, and I'm sure these two girls are going to make a lot of money. I bet they will. And if that's what they want to do, more power to them. But if the college sports industry and many women in sports want to say this is female empowerment, I'm not quite sure that's exactly what we had in mind. You are not being recognized as an athlete. And you're not going to be recognized as an athlete if the only marketability is dancing in a thong.